thank you for inviting me. It's lovely to be here.
Out of the Shadows is one of the latest books in town. Can you take us through the book Out of the Shadows?
Well, I called it Out of the Shadows because I used to be really quiet and shy and unconfident. I wouldn't say boo to a goose. I wouldn't put my hand up in school. And I was like that for a good 40 years. A long, long time. And eventually, some stuff happened in my life and I did hit rock bottom. And it took for me to hit rock bottom for me to wake up and see the bigger picture of life. You know, and then I progressed from there and I started to come out of my shell. You know, I started to take action and take opportunities, start to network, and that's how I became sort of like I got into the coaching, and that's how I come out of my shell.
So it took you 4 decades to get out of the shadows.
Oh yes, it took me a long, long time. Lots of life lessons and lots of things happening to me, knocking me back.
You know, they say experience is the best teacher, and I'm glad that you're here on the show. And we have a number of people who are out there who are watching the show, and they are thinking, wow, you don't even know me. I am more in the shadow than you are.
Yeah.
What can you say is the number one thing or part of those things that makes people to keep to themselves in the shadow, in the cocoons?
To keep yourself in the shadows. I think it's just that people worry about what other people are thinking about them. They don't want anyone to know their business or, you know, what they've been through. And it's a lot easier to keep it inside, but really it's not. That holds you back. You know, I had so many self-doubts in my life. I was holding myself back. But once I started to, it wasn't going to be a book in the beginning. It started out as a therapy, where I was writing everything down about my life and what was happening to me. And it was sort of like a letting go exercise. It was getting everything off of my chest. Yeah, and then I started to feel, obviously I was crying as I was writing it because I was writing about what I'd been through in my life. And it was so, I don't know, it was so invigorating to get it off of my chest, to let it all go. I then realised that it had to sort of like turn into a book because I was turning myself around. I was thinking in a different way, through positive thinking, and I thought this is going to help other people. If I can let the skeletons out of the cupboard and be honest and open with my feelings and emotions and get it out there and change as a person, then this has got to help other people to do the same.
How did you manage to leave those friends, those associates whom you're associating with, then to the new networking, then to the new networks?
It was a gradual process. Very gradual process. It didn't happen overnight. It took quite a long time. You know, I had to get braver and braver and take little baby steps, you know, to get there. In the beginning, when I did it rock bottom, lots of things were going on in my life. Everything was going wrong. And I thought, well, it's only me, really, that can help me. No one's going to help me. I have to do this myself. So I started to go online and see what books I could read that's going to help me to be more positive. So I just typed in positive books, positive thinking books, and I came across a book that really helped me, and it was called Love Life, Live Life by a lady called Sue Stone. And I read her book and oh my God, that opened my eyes. I thought, oh wow, what have I been doing to myself, you know? Smack myself, you know, what have I been doing? I didn't understand and I didn't realise what I was doing to myself. So that was the first process of, you know, starting to read really, because I didn't really read. I used to read newspapers and magazines, but they were very negative and, you know, and I stopped.
You are always depressed by the news.
Yes, and that doesn't help. When you're trying to get out of a depression, you need lots and lots of happy, positive stuff. You know, there's lots of stuff out there.
And association, how does it contribute to someone's being? You as somebody who you have lived both sides of life, I would say the downside and the upside. And what sort of contribution do you think associates make in one's life?
It has a massive impact on people's lives. Absolutely massive. It's life-changing. Because once you start to think in a different way, you act in a different way. Because you see the world in a different way, you know? And then you get different results in your life. So it's a massive contribution. And that's what helped me to come out of my shell, because I was acting in a different way, you know, not how I used to be.
Now, fast forward 2016, we are holding this book,
Yeah.
Out of the Shadows, and you are also coaching other people, Happy Days coaching. What do you think, or what can you say were the necessary steps for somebody who is watching you right now to say, you know, though I read books, but I would think if you follow 1, 2, 3 steps, you are likely to come out.
Yeah. The 3 tips, I would say, the 3 steps would be to visualise what you want, you know, because a lot of people visualise what they don't want. And they're focusing on what they don't want, and they're focusing on all the negative stuff. But I would say swap that around and focus on all the good stuff, you know. There's always something to be grateful for. Yeah. The second step I would say is live in the now. Live for today. Live for this very moment now. You know, because you can't do anything about the past. It's gone. And you can't do anything about the future because it's not here. So I learned to live in the moment, you know, live for this day right now. You know, and it took a bit of practice, you know. And the third step I would say is to read as many positive thinking books as you can. They've all got a similar message, it's just that they're explained in different ways, you know. And give yourself positive self-talk, because we give ourselves negative self-talk all the time. We down ourselves, we doubt ourselves, we tell ourselves, well, I'm no good at this, I'm no good at that. You've got to switch that around, because you basically get what you tell yourself. It's like a brain training. Yeah, there's a science in it.
you will definitely get what you always tell yourself. If you're ever telling yourself that I'm good enough, definitely you'll be good enough. What can you say about the news which you hear every day?
I understood about energy. Yeah, we're all made up of energy.
Oh, that's true.
Everything is energy. Yeah, it's just that it's all vibrating on a different rate to create different surfaces. Yeah, everything is all connected. Yeah, even our thoughts are energy. Yeah, and our feelings are made out of energies, like the science, the quantum science of it. And in that case, if our thoughts are made out of energy, okay, if we're feeling bad, yeah, we're going to be putting that out in our thought waves and attracting, because we're electromagnetic human beings as well. Whatever we're putting out there in our thoughts, I believe we're going to attract back. Yeah. So if you're giving out negative thoughts, you're going to attract back negative, you know, scenarios, events, results, whatever. Right. So by reading negative news, you're feeling bad, and that's what you're radiating out there, your bad feelings, which in turn could attract back any, you know, bad things into your life. So don't even look at the newspapers, because it's scary to read some of the stuff that's going on. Definitely. You know, I mean, it's sad as well. There's some really sad things going on in the world as well, but I can't really do anything about that. And I've had my sad life with everything that was going wrong, and I don't need any more of that. I really don't need, so I avoid it like anything. So I don't read newspapers.
You want to live in happy days.
I want to live as happy as I can, with the music, with the people that I mix with, you know, meeting new people like yourself, you know, just having a good time and taking opportunities. Music and comedy. I definitely, every day, we need brilliant.
It. Happy Days coaching. Who do you work with? What sort of people do you coach?
All walks of life. Yeah, because everyone sometime in their life might have a downtime, you know, or get the blues. Not necessarily, I don't necessarily work with people who are in deep depression. You know, I would recommend going to see a specialist if you're in deep depression, but I'm sort of like the person at the end of that depression, after the counselling, when people just need that happy boost, you know, to sweep away the blues. So people from all walks of life, really, any ages. And I think it's a really good thing to talk to young people, you know, teenage, 17 to 25, definitely, because they're our future generation, and I think they really need a positive mindset for this world.
Your last words to the viewers who are watching right now?
I would say, be as happy as you can. Every day is a new day. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's around the corner. Enjoy your people. Don't take things for granted. You know, visualise what you want. Love everybody. I think love is why we're born. You know, that's why we're here. We all want to be loved. You know, if you're giving out love, you're going to attract more things to be grateful and to love. So I think that's what life is all about, is, you know, being the best person that you can be, giving everybody else the best that you can give. And then you'll end up having happy days.
And Kim's details are the ones which you're seeing on the screen. If you want to get in touch with her, just for a word of advice, just for a 15 minutes consultation, which is a no obligation, she'll be ready for you. Kim, thank you so much for being with us on the show and bringing the happiness, bringing the new energy. What more shall I say to our viewers apart from saying thank you so much for giving us your precious possession, which is your time, and to those who support the Digging Deep show, the show would not go this deeper if it was not of your effort. For me and the rest of the team on the Digging Deep show, we are signing out till we meet again. I love you all. God bless you. Kuzizmanel.